Hello and good evening. My name is Kobe Spiky and Chroma. You're tuned into Joy 99.7 FM. And whenever you hear that soundtrack, you know the geeks are in town. Today, Winston, we always, when we have Q&A, we always have people asking questions about phones and all that.
we get those on answers.
Yeah, and we decided that we're going to, in the coming times, be bringing the phone companies in so they can answer the questions themselves.
We've been doing free promo for them,
helping them.
It's not fair.
It's not fair.
Yeah, so they should come and do it themselves.
Because we're going to explain some of the features themselves. And one of the things that we've realized that some people buy cell phones, like pay a lot of money for cell phones, they don't know half the things that the phones can do. They don't know the features, and they have zero education on what's the phone, besides making phone calls, WhatsApp, Snapchat,
and
Facebook, Twitter, and of course taking pictures. Once in a while, some people use a voice recorder to record their notes and their lectures, and
people actually do that.
Oh yeah. That's so the voice recorder is actually one of the very most used apps.
I mean, I was at the back of a class, so yeah. Okay, never mind. That's just me.
Did you actually even go to school? I'm dancing.
I missed quite a lot of lectures. I'm not gonna lie.
Anyways, so today we have Mr. Tete Akono of Samsung. You're gonna tell us about your new flagship phone and the features. Because listen, our listeners most of the time they're asking us questions. Charlie, Spiky, Winston, Geek Squad, how do we do this? How do we do that? And we need those answers for them. Sometimes we can tell them, yeah, they trust us, the geeks, but one it come from the horse's own mouth. After you, others will also come and answer their questions. But now we want to focus on your flagship that you released because it costs a lot of money.
Thanks, Kobe. Yes, we actually diversified quite a bit, so we have a better range this time compared to the previous flagship.
Great. Yeah, I noticed. So now you have the S10e,
right?
The S10,
right?
And then the S10 Plus,
right?
Okay.
E4.
Essential.
Oh, really? Okay, so this is the first time I've actually heard what the E actually stands
me too.
for. I thought it was economy or something.
Me too. I actually thought it was
essential.
Essential.
I mean, we want to reach a wider demographic. So the E is for people that we are saying, okay, if you can't afford the really high-end one, we have one which we haven't really compromised on the specs because we're still giving you the processor, we're still giving you the internal memory, we're still giving you the key features that make this a flagship, but on a much better budget, like a lower budget. Yeah.
So basically, someone's phone. You mentioned that it gives you. I'm looking at the phones right now, and I'm seeing the E. It is actually my favorite, even though it's small. Everybody knows I'm used to big phones.
Yeah, the E feels very good in the hand, and it's a great phone to switch to because it doesn't have too much of a curve.
Yeah, talking plenty.
So it feels good. I won't lie.
Okay, now why does the E have 2 cameras and then the Plus have 3?
Okay. Basically, it alludes to what I said earlier. So, with the Plus, it's the whole package. It's 5 cameras, 2 at the front, 3 at the back, with all the different features. And I think we still kept the key feature, the mind-blowing feature, which is the ultra-wide feature, still on the E as well. So, even though you have a dual camera, you have the main camera plus the ultra wide camera, which is really real cool. So you don't lose out really if you're taking.
I'm sure my listeners, basically those who listen to Geek Squad, they always listen to us because we break down things and make them understand it better. When you say ultra wide, you need to really expatiate on that.
Okay, so a normal camera takes pictures. Normal any phone camera at around 77 degrees. The human eye can see at 120 degree. Now, ultra wide is 123 degrees.
Okay.
Meaning
you have a wider field of view.
You have a wider field of view. So imagine you went to Paris, you are in front of the Eiffel Tower. If you use a normal camera, most likely you're not going to see the whole shot because it's the field of view is really just limited. But with the ultra wide, you can see the whole thing. If you're taking a group picture, we've done this all the time. You see some people will be cut out because the field of view is quite limited. But with ultra wide, everybody comes in the picture. That's really the whole essence of the technology. That anytime you're taking a picture, you can have that wide panoramic view, and everybody can come in the picture, and you can have those brilliant group selfies. Those pictures with big, like the waterfall at the back, and you can see everything because the field of view is really wide.
So it is very interesting. He's pretty much doing my job. And he's talking. Yeah. So yeah, go keep.
So
going.
yeah, you are the photographer.
Yeah.
Ultra wide lens on a phone. Listen, let's put your bias
Okay. Yeah. Definitely.
away
Yeah.
because he doesn't like taking pictures with a phone.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean.
Because he has a DSLR.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Why would that
yeah.
be relevant to a regular user?
Like you said, you get more in the frame.
Hmm.
More is always best. I mean, if you can get more standing in the same. So, an interesting thing, if you're using a prime lens, which is a 50mm lens, it's very close. That's what you would call the main lens. It's
Okay.
very close. So, if I have only a prime lens and I want to take a shot, I actually have to physically create the distance. I actually have to walk back.
Mm.
But if I
Yeah.
can stand in the same spot and get everything I want to do, I want to get in my shots, that's amazing.
So basically, if you're one person who goes to events, or you
Trips,
go out, you go
stuff
to
like
trips,
that,
and you want
yeah.
to take a picture, and you find yourself always going back, you need to get a phone with an ultra wide lens.
I mean, how many people have died from selfies?
You know what? I won't continue.
So
with
that's
that.
it.
But I see on the S10 Plus it has 2 cameras on the front,
Right.
versus the S10e, which Michael, who just joined us, has, and Winston has the S10.
Right.
They have single cameras on the front.
Right.
So what advantage does a double camera on the front of a phone have?
Okay, so really when you're taking the portrait mode, the second camera gives it a sense of depth.
Okay.
So when you want to do the bokeh effect with, you freeze the background and you're the highlight of the picture. Now you're actually using the second camera to do that on the Plus. On the other ones, it's still possible. They're using software to do it instead of the camera. So on the Plus, when you do the bokeh effect, it's actually as real as you can get.
Okay.
Versus using the technology to reproduce the picture to get that bokeh effect instead
Right.
of using a real camera to do that. So that's really just the difference. The second camera gives you that depth. Yes.
So the
I can
bokeh.
see he's trying it out.
So for those who don't know, the bokeh effect is
Yes.
basically where the person being photographed is very vividly taken, and
Yeah.
then the background is blurred. On a DSLR, normally that is affected by your aperture.
DSLR is your big camera.
Yeah, on the
Ah.
professional camera.
Huh.
Yeah.
So say that the photo
Yeah,
camera.
the photos, the camera. That you normally do that using the aperture and stuff like that. But yeah, like you said, with the second camera, the depth gives you a more vivid, because with the depth sensor you actually see the distance between the things, and it's not software. With the software, sometimes for certain devices it can create more like a 2D impression of the person slapped onto the 3D space,
Then it looks like a
doesn't
sticker.
it doesn't look that good.
Yeah, I've seen that on some phones.
Yeah.
Okay, so
It's actually one of my cool bokeh effects. One of the pictures you can take where your frame is in color and the
And
whole
then the surround-
background is black and white.
oh
Really cool. You can have it.
yeah,
Really cool effect. You can only do this on the S10, please.
I can challenge you to that. So one of the features that I saw on the phone is something that Samsung has always bragged about, is the displays.
Right.
Now, people do not understand what an AMOLED display is, let alone a dynamic AMOLED display. I need you to really break down what an AMOLED display is.
Yeah, it's quite technical, but it's really about color reproduction. From a techie point of view, I mean, they say dynamic AMOLED is really the S10 can hit 100% of DCI-P3, which is the color space that the American film industry uses.
Okay.
So DCI really stands for Digital Cinema Initiative. Now, all that means is it produces a perfect color reproduction when you're viewing content, whether it's a movie, it's a picture. You're getting the best color reproduction that is available. So that's really what dynamic AMOLED, and that's what AMOLED does. The contrast, the color really comes out. So when you're watching any content, even if it's dynamic range content, it really comes out on the screen.
So it gives you like the correct picture quality.
Correct.
Now, the same feature, the same screen, is supposedly produces up to 100% color volume.
Yes.
So you're getting all the color that you can actually get.
Exactly, and this one, to make viewers understand better. Imagine you're watching football, right?
Yeah.
And this will link it to voice, and with your volume, you can control the volume that's coming from the crowd, the volume that's coming from the announcer, and the volume that may be from the referee or something. Now, what will happen is, if you're able to control these three volumes and you increase the volume of the crowd, it will drown out all the other volumes. The same concept applies to color reproduction. If you for example, the different color, a red color on the screen, you reproduce it too much, it will drown out the other colors. So 100% color volume means that you're able to get all the colors at their brightest. And it's actually a standard that applies to our QLED TVs. So this is actually interesting. You're getting a standard that applies to our best TVs on a phone. It's mind-blowing. So I mean, you know it. DisplayMate rated this screen A+. No phone in this world has ever been rated A+, ever in the history of life. So I mean, the screen on this phone is just amazing.
Are you saying this because you're Samsung?
You can actually verify, Kobe. You can check DisplayMate. I think for the first time ever, S9 Plus, it was rated well last year, but this is A+, the best screen, the best rating they've given to any smartphone. Yeah.
Soon we'll be taking some of the messages from the listeners on WhatsApp. Those who are sending WhatsApp messages, we'll be reading them out to you, and you will have Tete answer your questions. Now, one of the highlights of these phones, the S10 and the S10 Plus, not the S10e, is the ultrasonic fingerprint scan. That's a whole lot of technical jargon. Now, the reason why this is very important is because prior to this conversation, a bit of research proves that this is supposed to be more secure than any other fingerprint scanner.
Correct.
You need to explain how this works.
Okay, so like you rightfully said, it uses ultrasonic sound waves. So high frequency ultrasonic sound waves. Now there's a transmitter and a receiver. So when you put your hand on the screen, what it does is it transmits the sound waves to your finger.
So just like when they're checking to see the baby in the womb.
Exactly. Then the receiver will use the ridge of your finger, the pores, even your veins, to map a 3D image. And this is really key. 3D image of your fingerprint. So that is transferred before it allows you to open the phone. Now, this happens within the blink of an eye, just like this. But there's huge technology behind. Now, the reason why this stands out versus the older version, the optical one, yes, the optical one normally takes a 2D version of your finger.
When you say 2D, so it's just
like
a photo,
like a picture. So basically a map of your
exactly. So technically, I can reprint this fingerprint using a high resolution printer, and I can spoof your fingerprint, and I can use it to open your phone technically. So that is why this is really much more advanced, because it's a 3D. You cannot spoof a 3D image. Basically, it's a length, height,
and in depth,
and the depth as well. So that is why we can confidently say this is the most secure way to lock down your phone now.
Now you
have a question.
Oh yeah, yes. you mentioned veins. And
yes,
I know this is going to sound very morbid and will most probably not be practical or come in handy, but when you mention veins, that means that with the sound it takes into consideration the pulse in your thumb. Does that mean that if you put a dead thumb on the phone, it's not going to work? I'm inclined to believe that would be the case. Or Spikey, what do you think?
Tata is the expert here.
Honestly, I'll have to do a double check and confirm on this. But I don't know of a scenario where they tested it using a dead finger. But using the technology as I have read it, logically it shouldn't, because yes, there's no blood flowing through the veins,
So yeah,
it will not come out with the proper 3D map
Yeah.
for you to be able to,
because sound can
Right.
be
Yeah.
refracted
Yeah.
when it meets any substance.
Yeah.
It changes its
correct.
movement. So yeah,
Correct. But it's very secure. It's really, really, really secure. We
Michael-
call it vault-like security. Yeah.
Michael is just stunned. He's
Yeah,
been-
because he uses a certain brand of phone.
and he's been weighing the two, and he's just shook at what is going on. So Michael, tell us.
Actually, the fact is, ladies and gentlemen, I walked into the studio this evening. Apologies for my lateness, and noticed that
that
it had
new?
tilted a little bit to one side, and I noticed that was because Spikey brought his laptop into the studio.
Are you serious? Like, how is this part of the
But
conversation?
anyway, coming back to the phones, I was astounded by now a certain brand of phone, and I will come out to say yes, it is an iPhone 10. My iPhone 10X doesn't exist, neither does my 10 Max, and my Pixel has been misappropriated. No, sorry, reappropriated. And the first thing that hit me was the phone. As soon as I picked up the
S10e.
S10e, yes, that's it. I picked up and noticed that it feels much smaller. But it's a trap I've fallen into before. I was trying to figure out, is it actually smaller than I thought it was, or is it something else? So I pulled out my iPhone out of its case, because you can't own an iPhone without a case. You all know how this goes. And I noticed that it's not that it's smaller, it's lighter.
Yep.
And that makes you feel like it is a smaller phone. I had this similar issue with an old phone of mine. I actually thought it was the smallest phone in the world. So I picked up and noticed that was the size of a dinner plate. So yeah, and these things really do sneak up on you. So if your phone is weighing down your shoulder and you realize that one arm is getting bigger than
Like
another,
someone's laptop.
No.
Oh
You
my
can't carry that with your arm.
True.
I do have a pickup you can put it in though for sale. A nice Nissan Tundra. But anyway, moving on.
So, we've got a question. Hello, Geek Squad. I want to know which one has the better camera between the S9 Plus and the S10e. Tete.
I would say the S10e. Because there are a lot of things that go into photography. So the chipset that goes into the camera module has been improved.
Upgraded.
Yeah, upgraded.
So, always the newest is better.
Right, and like I mentioned, we've introduced the ultra wide feature, which wasn't in the 9 Plus, which is a really cool feature everybody's raving about. So for me, if I had to pick, I would say S10e.
Okay.
Yeah.
Someone says you should clarify. DisplayMate rated it at the highest A plus grade ever, not the only smartphone with A plus rating. Note 9 and iPhone XS Max also have an A plus display rating, but not the highest like the S10 displays. That's Oscar and Tamale.
Yeah, he's a real geek.
He's plugged in.
He's actually right. Yes,
he's plugged in.
He's absolutely correct. Yes.
So now, the cameras. Well, let's switch back to the cameras. HDR10 plus video recording.
Yeah.
Why should anyone even bother about that? Like, what does that even mean? HDR10 plus. People just practically take out their phone and then just hit record. Nobody really cares what kind of rating their cameras have.
Right.
Why should this be important?
Right. So HDR is not new. It's been around for a while. Now the 10 plus standard is actually quite recent. It's an open format, and basically what it does is with the normal HDR, if you can set the brightness like a frame, so between a certain range, and what happens is as it goes through, if it's a video, it goes through the whole movie. It uses just those limits you've set. Now with HDR10 Plus, what it does is it goes frame by frame, so you can actually change the brightness as you go frame by frame. So if you have one frame which is really, really dark, you can change. If you have one frame which is really, really bright, you can change, and this is dynamic. So that is why people are raving about the HDR10 Plus. And the good thing is it's open source as well, so you don't have to pay a license for it, and it's really new. So you get your videos with really, really good quality, like brilliant quality.
And it also says that your phones have the brightest screen on any phone.
Yep.
At 1,200 nits.
Yep.
1200.
Mike, why are you looking around?
He's looking at the fluorescent.
You want to turn off the lights in the studio to check?
It's not as if the listeners will notice.
Well, there's a live stream.
It actually means you can hold up your phone in the brightest of sunlight
And
you
still
watch the
find it
screen.
readable.
There's no issue whatsoever.
And
They
then
test it in Africa. Because when they test these things, they test it in places where the sun isn't as
really scattering is
Like the
very
way it was
variable,
today.
of course.
But trust me on this. You can try it out tomorrow. Take the phone in the brightest of sunlight.
that
Look
sounds
at
like
the
he's
screen.
giving us a free
thank
device.
You can try. No, because I have actually tested it myself, and I can vouch for it. The brightness is really brilliant.
and then the eye comfort.
Yeah.
We've had issues. People have come up with concerns about blue lights that
Yeah.
affect our eyes.
Right.
So we all have our smartphones, and there's been a lot of news going around that now it's been discovered that blue lights that smartphone screens and laptops and all that emit
Right.
can affect our eyes later on in life.
Right.
So Samsung is claiming to give eye comfort displays. What does this mean? Does this mean that we don't have to worry about blue light anymore?
Yeah, what we've done is we've reduced the blue light exposure. If you compare it to like an LCD screen,
Yeah.
it's up to almost 61% reduction compared to the LCD screen.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you take even the previous S9 versus S10, we've dropped it from 12% to about 7% less. So basically, we've reduced it so much, it got a certification. I think it's TUV Rhineland gave it the eye comfort certification to say that you don't have to worry when you're using this phone about the blue light affecting your eyes. It's been reduced to the extent where it's for the
It's
user,
safe.
it's really safe. Yeah.
But it still have the blue light filter
Yes.
setting on it.
Yes, that's
So
correct.
if you still are not convinced, you can turn it on.
You can turn it on. Yeah.
Okay.
Double
Now,
sure.
now there's a feature that I personally like, but unfortunately someone did it
The
first.
earphone jack.
Oh, the earphone jack is something that we will use to troll Michael. Yes, because you don't have an earphone jack. You have a dongle.
For everything.
I don't have a dongle actually. I embrace a different side of the feature that's more universal
Bluetooth.
and more consumer friendly.
Bluetooth.
Say it loudly
Winston,
for the listeners to
As
hear.
I was saying.
Yeah.
So, last year,
Yeah.
the Mate 20 came out with reverse wireless
True.
power.
True.
And this year, Samsung has also featured that, has brought that into the phones.
Wireless
the
share.
wireless power share.
Right.
What is this?
Now, so it's something we thought about to be practical. Now it's not just your phone that you take along with you. You have your smartwatch. You have these earbuds.
Well, you have this.
Yeah. The man is extremely plugged in.
You have your.
So there's so many accessories that you use along with the phone as well. So the idea is basically you can transfer power from your phone to these accessories and even a smartphone. And this is real life. This weekend, I took my wife out to eat a nice restaurant. Just about to eat, her phone is 3%. And this is true story. 3%. She is chatting on WhatsApp and she's now worried her phone is about to go off. And I said, just check this out. So I turned on wireless power share, put her phone on the phone, and you can imagine how her jaw dropped. Like, are you serious? Like, you could actually use your phone to charge mine? And so that is the whole point. At a point in time, you might, whatever accessory you have or whatever phone you have might be
Dying.
So the wireless power share allows you to share this.
So how does this work? So
there's a charging plate at the back.
right.
Right. So, and I just turn on the wireless power share.
It's green.
Yes.
So all I do is there's an option here, the wireless power share, and I turn it on. And then I place it downward. This is my Galaxy Bud. Put it on so you can see.
And it's charging.
It starts charging.
Unfortunately, listeners, you can't see this.
Yeah,
but we have
Well,
seen
they're
it for
watching
you.
the live stream.
Yeah,
Oh
so-
yeah, those
And
ones.
I
Like,
didn't do same with my
smartwatch.
smartwatch. Just put it on.
so can you do the two
Start.
at the same time?
No.
Okay.
It charges one at a time. But what it can do is, whilst you're charging the phone, right, you can still charge whatever
wow.
accessory on it. So it's
Okay.
like you're charging the phone at the same time.
Okay,
you're
so you can
charging
use the
accessory.
phone as a wireless charging
Charging
pad.
pad. Okay, that's good.
Okay,
Yeah.
so but does this have any effect on the battery of the phone? So the battery of the phone is draining.
It is going to drain. It's going to drain. So it's basically transferring its battery capacity or its battery power to the other
Okay.
device.
Since wait, give me a
Yes.
sec. Since
Yes.
we are doing true
Yes.
life stories,
Yes.
you gave us a very good life story.
Thank you.
Which version are you using?
Of the this
Yeah.
is the 10 plus.
10 plus.
Yes.
What's the battery capacity?
4,100.
So can you check your on-screen time and let us know?
Okay.
But
While he does
while
that-
he does that.
Okay.
Please, I want to know: can a thief be able to flash or break a fingerprint or face print phone with or without the software? Hoping to hear from your guest. That's St. PDM in DC.
Yes, right. Michael, I feel like Michael Face ID is amazing. You should take this one.
Or is it just because I use an iPhone, also because I actually work in an identity company?
Both.
Well,
Both actually.
pretty much.
Well, the fact is, what I can say for sure with the iPhone is that the Face ID, much like the Touch ID, was kept on a completely separate part of the board, and to the point where Apple, it was actually a big case a while ago where people were trying to get into the phones of terrorists in the United States, and we're reaching out to Apple, and Apple made a point of saying that even if they could break that encryption, they refuse to because it sets a dangerous precedent. So,
And Israelis did it.
yeah, because
I mean,
they're Israelis. That's
yeah.
what they do.
So yes, then our question has been answered. The Israelis can do it,
The Israelis can do it, but unless
but not a thief.
Yes, and not a regular.
Unless it's an Israeli thief with Israeli cybersecurity
and
training.
unless you are on a terrorist watch list, at which point I think you have bigger concerns than whether or not your Touch ID can be read or not.
And I mean, I feel like someone who picks your pockets is not gonna go through the trouble of hacking such a thing. So yeah, pretty much safe.
So we have another question, guys. Can the S10 SE? I think it means
S10E.
S10E shoots 4K videos,
Absolutely.
and
Both the front and back cameras can shoot in 4K.
Nice.
Great.
Yeah.
So we have, what are the scratch and dust resistant qualities of this device?
Yeah, actually in the box, and this is the first time we've done this,
Mm.
we've put in the anti-scratch film on the phone. So when you buy it from the box, it's already on there to prevent your phone from scratching.
Now,
Yeah.
this is what is going to bring me to another question. Is it because you know how delicate the screens are that you're putting in screen protectors?
True.
Mm.
True. And I think for the consumer, we're thinking for the consumer. You know, when you buy the phone, the first thing you want to protect, obviously, is the screen, because if it breaks, it is quite expensive.
Mm.
So we're thinking whichever way we can do to soften that burden, we'll do that. So we've put the anti-scratch film on, so it's already, you don't even have to install it, it's already on the phone. Plus we give you a free cover in the box as well to protect the glass at the back.
So if the screen breaks, does the fingerprint scanner still work?
Depending on the impact,
Mm.
because there's the space, you know, when you're trying it, there's a space here where the fingerprint is.
Mhm.
So depending if the impact didn't affect the space, you should be able
Okay.
to use it still.
But if it affects
if
that,
it affects directly on, then obviously it's going to be a problem. Yeah.
when that happens, how
Yes.
much are we looking at?
Very good question. We're actually running a brilliant promotion as we speak. So we're giving 50% off the screen repair. So I actually have some prices here. And to be honest with you, the screens, because they are of the best quality, they are very expensive. So the prices I have here for the Plus, it's around 1,500
To replace the screen.
Yeah, and this is 50% off. So you can imagine if you were paying
So
for the
what's
full
the-
screen.
So what's
Yes.
So
hold on.
Yes.
Let's back.
Yes. Yes.
Whoa.
Yes.
so
How much
basically-
is the S10 Plus?
The S10 Plus is retailing for 5,399.
So half the cost
Yep.
Yeah.
is the screen.
Yep.
I
Which
mean,
is-
it does
which
make
is-
sense.
Yes, which is really, if with all our previous models, it's been
practically the
like that.
same.
It's been like that. So we're actually slashing 50% of that price. So if it happens that you did get your screen broken, we'll fix it for you at half the price.
So is it just
And
for
similarly-
anybody?
Anybody. We are running a promo now where if you buy, we give you 10 gifts. It's our 10th anniversary S10. So we're giving you 10 gifts. And one of these gifts is a coupon, which is a 50% discount coupon. When you break the screen, you take it to the shop, you show them the coupon, you get 50%.
So
off.
that means that if I didn't buy the phone from you, I don't get access to that promo.
True.
Okay.
True. So
Spike-
only from our authorized.
Spike, you get money. 10 gifts. That's a lot. We can split it amongst Michael. Oh, after selling the Nissan Tundra. Yeah.
So someone's asking, what are the scratch and dust resistant qualities of this device?
Yeah, so the screen is anti scratch, and we've also added the film to protect it in the box anyway.
So anti-mini scratches, because there's some scratches in Ghana that can happen on your phone. You don't know how they happen.
Oh, I know.
Right.
I see some people's nails.
I'll put a video together about that for my
And
channel.
it
the
is
keys.
water and dust resistant to IP68. So
IP68.
yes.
Yeah.
So what does this IP68 mean?
So it's a standard that says it can survive up to 30 minutes underwater, up to I think 5 meters.
5 meters.
Yes.
Although I've seen some people put it through
Go
some
deeper and deeper.
rigorous,
Yes.
unnecessary situations.
Yes.
According to their proven tests,
Yes, they are tests.
this is where
That's the
it's safe.
standard. I mean,
Yeah.
if it can go higher, that's not. That's
You
not
dare to go
Yeah.
higher, that's your problem.
So we won't advise you to take it swimming, but we're saying if
It can survive it.
yeah, if
If
it
it falls
happens to start raining all of a sudden, you don't have to worry about your phone, or you are doing something in the kitchen and fell in the kitchen sink, you can just pick it up, clean it, and you're
Now I know this is going to sound silly, but you said kitchen. So if it falls in soup,
now you're introducing different
Heat.
elements. You're introducing heat. You're introducing stews that all
And
kinds
palm
of different-
fronts.
Bakushito.
Yes. So I mean, depending on how, impact and what actually spilled on it and the heat and all these things,
it could vary.
it could survive. It could not.
Okay.
Depending.
But so
Yes.
basically, you're saying normal temperature water,
it'll work.
it will work.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, do all the S10 models, I saw this feature on YouTube, someone was testing something I call Super Steady.
Yes.
First of all, what is Super Steady?
Yeah. So when you're shooting video,
Hmm.
normally your hands are shaking or something. The video comes up all blurry, or you don't see the subjects moving as you see it in the video. So Super Steady stabilizes the movement, and it uses the technology in the phone to stabilize the movement. So even if your hand is shaking whilst I'm taking the video of you, it'll still come out really clean because you don't see the vibration and the movement.
So it has all that
Yes.
image stabilization.
Yes.
Is it
Okay.
available across all three devices?
across all three.
Great. So if you're listening to us and you have some WhatsApp messages to send to some people who already know our numbers, but I'll say 0244340437, 0244340437. If you want to send us a WhatsApp message and ask Mr. Samsung, aka Teta Kuno, any question about Samsung, the S10, S10e, S10 Plus, or any other Samsung, he's here to answer those questions. So someone says, please ask the Samsung rep in the studio, how much the S10 Plus despite the trade discounts?
Yeah, so like I said earlier, it's 5399. That's the retail price as we speak. But like I said, we're running a promotion where if you buy right now, we're giving you 10 free gifts, actually in a nice Samsung branded gift bag. So we're giving you all kinds of like discount voucher. You can use it to discount the phone immediately. We're giving you premium movie tickets. We're giving you the screen repair discount. We're giving you even a SIM card with 10 GB data, 10th anniversary. We're giving you free t-shirt, free branded cap, all kinds of goodies, like 10 lovely free gifts that you can use immediately. So rush and get it. This is the best time.
How long does this promotion last?
It's going to last for 1 month.
Okay.
So
This Easter.
this whole period. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Can people buy on credit? Yeah, man, I had to ask.
Yeah.
5399 is a lot of money to ask from people.
it is.
So somebody like to spread it
Bring-
and pay monthly salaried workers.
Bring a rep. Come see my office. Come see my boss. come see the accountant who's actually paying. We can work something out.
I mean, the honest truth is we don't actually have that facility at the moment, but we've done it in the past with some banks. So in the future, it's a possibility. It's a possibility where you can spread your payment over 6 or 12 months. So once we have that, we can announce it. But at the moment, we don't have any form of credit payment.
Well, we didn't even announce the phone lines. Someone's called. Hello, Akos from Achimwata. Hi.
Hi, hello, good evening.
Good evening, Akos.
My question is, I'm using the S10 Plus. I got it about 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
And how do I get the screen protector? Because I have kids and it's already hitting the floor. But I might say that the picture quality is brilliant.
Thank you.
Okay.
But where do I get the screen protector? Because I have kids and they keep pushing it down.
I would advise you go to the mall, Accra Mall, or I mean, most of our authorized partner outlets will have it. So, from the CompuGunners to Telephonicas to Technology as I'm talking our biggest retailers. So, walk to the mall. I mean, any of our partner retailers should have the screen protector for you.
I mean, talking about screen
We have another call on the line. Hello, Ben from Adina.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, Ben.
Yeah. So I want to find out from the Samsung guy.
Yes, sir.
I use S8 Plus.
Yeah.
Now, why and a couple of my friends who use even S9 have this problem. Why is it that Samsung gets to freeze? I mean, at a point in time, the phone freezes. You can't even pick a call, or you can't even put it off. You have to put it off by pressing the knobs on the left and then the right. I mean, found out that, so we have to press it consistently before it goes off. Then you restart. Why does Samsung have that problem?
Okay,
What
Ben.
will be causing it?
Okay, sure. So, Tete.
Yes, very sorry to hear that. What our advice is, this is not normal. The phone shouldn't act that way. So, if that happens, we advise you take it to the nearest service center and have it looked at. I can sit here and say what the problem is, but this is not a normal occurrence. I've used the 9, I've used the 8. I haven't experienced something like he's saying, but like I'm saying, these are really service-related issues. So our best recommendation is take it to the nearest service center, let them have a look at the phone. I mean, if it's under warranty, they'll fix it for free.
Right. So we have another caller. Hello, Ajimai.
Yes, Frankie, how are you?
I'm very well.
I asked a question on Facebook page, but it has not been answered. So let me ask another question.
Okay, sure.
I want to find out, is there any feature on this device that you are talking about to the extent that when somebody steals it, the person can no longer use it?
Okay, that's a very good question. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Actually, yes. We have this service where remotely you can lock your phone. After you realize it's stolen, you can use your Samsung account to log in and block the phone. You can set a password to the phone.
You can even wipe it.
Yes, you can wipe it. As long as the phone is online, you can send those remote commands over and wipe it.
But if the person manages to flash the phone becomes usable to that person.
Yes,
but I think what he wants to know is whether he can make the phone like useless.
And this is actually true. As long as the phone is online, and I keep insisting on this, even if he has flashed it, you can send remote commands to wipe it, to block. Set a different password so he can log on the phone. You can send all these remote commands as long as it's online. Even if he's gone to wipe it, put in new software, it will still receive those commands. So you can still remotely manage it.
Okay.
As long as it's online.
Is this only for the S10 or for older Samsung?
Older devices as well. And the S9, the S8.
We are going to try this out. Yes. And if it does work, you guys are going to have some serious hype from us.
Thank you.
So most of these times when companies like you come out with these phones, you slap in a whole lot of devices and people cannot take advantage of all these features.
Right.
Now, what plans do you have on educating users on getting the best out of the devices?
Right.
Because I know someone who always religiously buys every latest phone that comes out from the top brands.
Okay.
And that person only does phone calls, WhatsApp, and takes pictures. And half the time I have to be telling, oh, did you know your phone could do this? Like, really? Last time a person wanted to scan a document, I had to tell the person how, like, you can actually use your phone. Like, really? So what plans do you guys have on teaching people to, get the best out of their phones?
Right. That's a good question. What we're doing now, like online on our digital platforms, we talk about the features. So every day we hit you with a new feature, whether it's wireless power share, whether it's ultra wide lens. We tell you how the feature works, the ultrasonic fingerprint sensor, how it works. So from our digital platforms, you can get that. Also on our website, it tells you the whole everything you need to know about the 10.
So if they want to know about the features of the phone, they have to go to your website.
Samsung.com. It will redirect you to our Samsung Ghana website. And the first thing you see is the S10. You click it, it will give you everything you need to know about the S10.
To be very honest with you, some people will go to the website, see everything that you need to know, but will still don't know how to even get it.
True.
So you need to do like some hands-on training, breakdown, like take the phone,
right,
swipe down,
right,
go to settings, that whole kind of thing.
That can happen on the shop floor, probably when you are purchasing. But until probably you leave and come back, we'll have to find other ways to reach you. So, but that normally happens in the shop floor. When I walk to the shop I'm going to buy, you ask about the phone, and the promoter will talk to you about the different features of the device before you buy.
Right.
So we can do that as well.
So if you want to call, the number is to call 0302-216-541. If you want to send a WhatsApp, it's 0244340437. So 0302-216-541 and 0244340437. Calling and WhatsApp. Someone wants to know how to fix screen burn on a Galaxy S8 Plus. How do you fix screen burn?
Screen burn as in the screen broke? Or
LED burning.
Yeah, OLED.
Yeah, OLED
burning. Image stuck on the screen for a long time, and now when you're scrolling from page to page, that image you can still see.
It's like a ghost in there.
This is service related as well. So we'll probably have to take it to the service center to have it looked at.
So someone says, please, is there a way to close the gap in front of the S10 Plus's screen?
What gap?
What gap?
Yeah, same question. What gap? Someone's also asking how much is the E version? S10
right, $3,999. Very good price. Very good price.
So, hi, why did Samsung put the airplane mode on the notification bar even if the screen is locked? It's very dangerous. From Instill.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'll have to take this back to.
Wait, I don't get it. I don't see it.
When you go to the. I just tried it. It doesn't work.
It doesn't show.
I just went to.
I had to unlock it before I got.
Yeah, before you actually put it. You have to unlock it first.
I don't know about maybe the older version or the software version. But I will have a look at this.
We have Terry from Cantonment. Hello, Terry.
Yeah, hello. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, I just want to ask a quick question.
Sure, Terry.
Yeah, from the Samsung guy there, why is it that we can have the opportunity to trade in our old Samsung phones and then probably get a new one, maybe add up and buy a new one?
Okay.
Because it seems very difficult. You would want to buy, the phone is very expensive now.
Right.
S10 Plus or over 5,000. I mean, they should try as much as possible so that we can get these benefits and then trade in our old phones and buy a new one.
Sure. Yes, well, let's try and convince Tete.
Very good feedback. Well noted. We'll explore the possibility of that. Let me be honest with you. We've tried that in the past. It didn't work out too much because it's very difficult to get vendors to do it, and that's number one. And number two, the phone that was refurbished, what do you do to it? You have to take it out and try and sell it elsewhere. So
if you refurbish it, come to Geek Squad.
But let me say something about that. It's the main issue about trade-ins. If you take the American or the European structure of trade-ins, trade-ins can only happen with a particular telco. So let's say you're using AT&T and you want to trade in, you go back to AT&T to trade in. So AT&T knows that you bought it from them
Right.
and you're taking it back. But if you bought it from somewhere else and you just want to trade it in, it's not that common. It's not something that's going to happen. Granted, on a Samsung website internationally, you can just trade in any device. They have even any other device, even an iPhone or Huawei or anything. But it's all about trust.
I think it's all about getting rid of e-waste. We've got another caller on the line.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, this is Adam from Tema.
Hi, Adam from Tema.
I want to find out from you guys if you have three options: 10 Plus, Note 8, and Note 9. Which one will you go for and why?
Okay. Well, if money is not a problem,
No, money is not a problem.
then why not the latest?
Why? Because it's latest or why?
Well, yeah, you're a Note guy. So, Winston says you go for the Note 9. So we'll all give our reasons when we're done.
Right.
All right.
Right.
Okay.
Thank you. We have another call on the line. Hello, Pascal.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah, hi. Yeah, I sent a question on WhatsApp. I think someone has already asked that question.
Okay.
It's about Android and someone being able to have access to your phone when your phone gets lost. They just boot into a recovery mode and they're able to get access to your phone just like that.
And wipe it.
Yeah. And also, I wanted to ask about Samsung. They post their apps on Play Store, but when you are using a different phone, you can't use the app. So why do they even post their apps on Play Store in the first place if you can't download the app?
Oh, you mean the Samsung apps?
Yeah, for example, Samsung Music. If you install it on another phone, it's impossible, but it's on Play Store. So far as you are using another phone, you open Samsung, you see it, but you can't install it on another phone. So why is it like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much for calling, Pascal. So, Tete, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't quite understand
The
bit about the app. Yeah.
The Samsung specific apps like Samsung Notes, the music. When you're using a Samsung phone, you can see those apps in the App Store, in the Play Store.
Right.
But if you're using like any other phone, you can't download those apps on that phone.
Okay.
Isn't that because it's in the Galaxy
Device
Store?
specific.
Yeah, device. So you actually get those downloads from the Galaxy Store.
No, you can actually get them from the Play Store too.
You can?
Yeah. Now you can actually get Samsung Music from the Play Store.
Oh yeah, it's
for
very
Samsung.
similar to an experience I had recently where on my Note 9 I couldn't use Adobe Premiere, the mobile version. Anytime I see it, it tells me your device is not compatible. But 2 weeks ago, after Samsung announced their partnership with Adobe, and all of a sudden I can use it. So maybe it could be a device.
It is device specific.
I think it's device specific too, because I know, even in the past, we've had cases where we've pre-installed some software on some of our devices because of partnership. So it's along the same line.
So we have another question. I have 2 WhatsApps on my Samsung S8 Plus. My second app can't access my contacts. How do I go about this? That's coming from UK.
My
Permissions.
Samsung what plus?
S8 Plus.
S8 Plus. Oh, okay. What I know is to be able to use both WhatsApp accounts, like I have on my phone here, you need to use this what we call the dual messenger. Yeah, and with that you should be able to use your contacts to set up both accounts. So for me, I don't have a problem, but probably we need to check what the issue is. But you should be able to do that. I can use my it's a dual SIM phone, so I can use
dual messenger on your
dual
phone.
messenger on my phone.
Great.
To set up both 2 WhatsApp accounts on my phone.
So if your second WhatsApp is not getting the contacts, you might want to also check the permissions.
Exactly.
In your settings.
Exactly.
So, hi geeks, this eye keeps popping on the notification bar of my Samsung S5. Please, what is the problem? That's Patrick from Winneba.
An eye.
An eye.
What?
I've never seen that before.
Is this a horror movie or something?
No, eye in a notification bar. It sounds familiar. It sounds like something I've probably seen before. I just can't remember. It might be one of the apps.
What I remember as far back as I think S4.
Oh, yes, S4, S5. Yes,
we had this feature.
The eye feature, where you're reading.
Yes.
Oh,
you can use your eye to scroll.
To scroll, yes. Yes, that's what it is. So,
so basically, your phone is eyeing you up.
So there's a question about the screen burns, and you're asking if an app can solve it.
No, it can't.
No,
it's a hardware issue, so software is not gonna do it. Another question: hi, how do I uninstall pre-installed apps on my phone from Samsung?
From Instill. Bloatware. Please answer this quickly so that we can run away. We'll run out of time.
I mean, depending on the app, we when we are preloading, we have the option to make it uninstallable, or we have the option, depending on the strategic partner, to keep the app. So we from factory can set it to be uninstallable or not. So we have the option. So some apps we give you the option to uninstall, some apps because of our strategic partnership we give you the option.
So thank you very much, Tete, for answering most of our questions and educating us.
Thank you.
For our listeners who listen, this has been Geek Squad. Big shout outs to Dennis Fairboy, Abeku Sankofi, Dela Glanu, and Selwyn Ofori. We'll catch you guys next week. From the Geeks, we're out. Up next is the news. So, ciao.